the director of ceremonies asked me whether she can hold my bag, and I said no. For those who know me, I'm the only speaker who goes on stage with a handbag. It's called she shocked me actually that Muzvare's handbag has to go to her. I move with it and I will talk about it. That's what the speech is all about. I just want to say, Pauline, it's an honor to see you and to see the great work you are doing. She's actually also a friend of mine from Kenya. She runs a big award, BEFTA, as you have heard, but also to just think a woman of her age could launch such a massive project and promote people in general in Africa to do something amazing. Thank you, Pauline. Tira, I just want to say thank you so much for organizing this. Always you are a fighter. I like your spirit. You pick it up, you move on, you do something. And I saw some other honorable people, Pam. Thank you so much for coming. I know you're quiet, but she's one firebrand that I know. I'm getting to know every Zimbabwean woman because what we want to do, we want to start cutting people from going to drinking to coming to charity. So I'm trying to attract everybody to say money for beer can be money for school fees. Let me just quickly give you a brief about where I'm coming from. Basically, I'm coming from a situation where I lost my mother at age 9 to domestic violence. I'm also a rape victim at age 7. When my mother died, I took over the children she left, and one of them was a 1-year-old baby who is now a medical science graduate here in Birmingham. My mother, when she died, she just left children. She didn't say, I'm going to live so on and so on with my children. But on the day she died, she said, Betty, look after the children. And Betty was simply a 9-year-old girl. So now listen to my story. I used to walk to my school, the other side, which was 10 miles. Then come leave the baby. First I go to look for anybody who was kind in the neighborhood to look after the baby, maybe 5 miles walking. I leave our little baby. I come back home, pick up my book or eat whatever I could cook, rush to Zengeza school. After Zengeza school, I go to pick up my brother, sometimes seeing him starving, sometimes seeing him neglected. I held my baby. I became a mother at 9 years. So I want to say today, as we are coming to fundraise, Betty is not anything more than the work of charity. If you think about charitable organizations, think about Betty. She was a girl who went to St. Dominic's Secondary School with no money. And I simply said to the nuns, I have the brains but no money. Just allow me in school. This is after actually I had written an entrance test with no shoes, with no ballpoint, with no paper. And the little girls who gave me pens and ballpoints became the first donors to me. I'm not here because of a millionaire. I'm here because of a paper and a pen. I'm here because other people were very kind and generous to me. So I want to say, after I was admitted into school, they discovered that I was a big liar, that I would pay, that my market would pay. So they expelled me 7 times in Form 1 and Form 2. I think I lost almost 2 terms. But I kept the determination to say each time they expel me, I don't go into a brothel. I don't go to get married like other girls in Chitumbiza. I went straight to my market, Pamsika. Kutanga kuhoda mulio matomati sitengesa ipapo. Then people would say, why can't this girl just give it up? She has been expelled. And you know, even with our commander Makomba, Even at 13, when I was expelled from school, coming from Tafara Mabuku, I got Ambuya, Mabudzokera Kutiko Magadzingwa. But I said one day the laughter will end. One day I will stand to talk about who I am. So I became a child laborer at St. Dominic's. I worked there for 4 years as a laborer. And what I want to tell you is that many people in this room, you may use gloves when you are touching toilets because you fear bacteria. I cleaned the toilets with my own hands and I killed all the bacteria there is in the world. If you are poverty-stricken, you are the one who kills bacteria. Bacteria will never give you a disease. You are the one who kills it one by one. I just want to tell you that when poverty strikes, your determination should even strike bigger. That's how I came to be. I passed my examination and then I went to Naval House. And again I showed up to say I have the brains but no money. So this advocacy people are talking about and spending a lot of money as big organizations. I did the advocacy program myself. What am I coming to say today? Today I'm saying the program that Tira has started is simply eloquent. If it was in 1986 when I was expelled, when I was bleeding and having my menstruation without cotton wool, I could have knocked on Tira's door. I could have told Tira that whatever you are fundraising in this restaurant today, I will give it double, Tira, when I grow up. That's why I traveled all the way to Essex to tell my people here to say, let's give to the charity. Let's give to people who mean well. Let's give to people with an extra heart, like what Pauline has said. Let's give to the younger people. And then you may say, where is Muzvare Makoni now? I started a network with 10 girls. But I ended up in 2008 when I left Zimbabwe to be in self-imposed exile. I had 300,000 girls who had graduated. And I also had 70,000 little girls, babies. Talk about every story you saw on newspaper between 1998 to 2008. I did each one of them. I'm happy to report that our girls did not become victims, they become victors. Today I come to you with my empowerment handbag to say, like any other women who worked hard, everything in this bag is now automatic. Talk about my bank card. I don't want to beg money from my engineer. I want him to see that I'm a woman who walked distances to be liberal. I want to look after him. I want to do everything for my children. And beyond my children, I also want to take my empowerment handbag to every girl I know is in poverty. I want to tell them that liberate yourself. It's time to rise, it's time to stand, it's time to speak, it's time to be what you want to be. That's why I said my empowerment handbag has got the car keys, has got the bank card, has got my house key. I own them. I didn't steal anything. Everything is here. And I think this is exactly what Tira wants to do. Tira wants children to rise above poverty. In this day and age, and you can see with all the political crisis we normally have in Africa, who is there to think about another person? It's now survival of the fittest. But in here, the global village, we have got women who are saying, black women rock. We understand how disadvantaged you are. Stand up and we rise. We have got Pauline Longshaw. She's saying, come, let's talk, let's do something, and we rise. We have got Tira, we're saying, if we are eloquent in our action, we will score highly. So I've come also to confirm that Muzvare Makoni, I know young girls don't want to read my biography. I know they are lazy, but I'm going to read who I am today. From a child vendor. Makoni is a multi-global award winner with 33 global awards. I want girls to see that you can stand from a vendor table to the highest table. I wanted to prove that. And I was honored with Nicole Kidman. And I'm the first woman to be honored with President Nelson Mandela. And I know my people don't know because it's a secret. I kept it as a secret because when we talk about it, they say you want to, we will not understand it, but I don't understand it. It's an achievement. And I want people to know. I'm so proud to say this is my first time to speak in a first world country sharing my success. But I want to transmit all of them. Ma awards andawana tiraka nduda kuti eso gwawanawo. Because now I'm UK gender-based violence expert for Secretary William Hague. Wow. And Trukuda kuti by the time I die, young girls in Zimbabwe vanosara vachiti Muzvare left a legacy for us to do charity work. It was all over the country where prospective students went to check. I had passed the English, Shona, and history at advanced level. I had worked for it, and slowly it was getting clearer to me. I was one of the few chosen one to attend this top and only prestigious university in the country. Even those who had forced me to go to a teacher's college and make shortcut to a teaching job in order to fend for my siblings after my O-levels were proved wrong. I had the brains to climb higher, and I wanted to be where the best were. I did not want quick money at all. I wanted the longer, quick winding rope. And guess who told me my results were out? For university, a prostitute who lived in one of my grandmother's cabins. Her little radio with batteries going down. And I thank my Kevin, she was a prostitute. I saw every man going there. But the good part in the Chikuchi, my Kevin never told me to go to the bar. You read it from the book. My Kevin told me, Betty, I was failed because I was forced to marry. Instead of getting married to one man and getting one sack of bag, I decided to go from man to man. It was much better. But today we are saying we liberate those women. My book is offered to you. Auction it. And those who want extra copies, I've got about 7 copies, but this is specially for you. I thank you, ladies and gentlemen.